time for the bell. How many options will you sell? Fire up your platform, get ready to enter. But first, let's get the mindset centered. Hey, let's go. We're not here to gamble, we're here to trade. We follow the plan, that's how we get paid. Testing, trading, have success. Find what works for you and forget the rest. Stats and probabilities is what we're about. Time to dismiss greed and doubt. Focus on the process, not the money. And the profits will flow like honey. Power Hour Live, let's start the show. Come on, trade hackers, get ready to go. 0-day options, time to make bank. Get locked and loaded, then be ready to plank. Hey!
Hey everyone, welcome to Power Hour Live. October 21st, S&P is up 6 points. NASDAQ is up 6 points. Russell is down 12 and the Dow's up 286. Dow the strongest, Russell the weakest. Gold and silver taking it on the chin today. 5.5% lower on gold, 7.5% lower on silver. Notes and bonds a little bit green. 10-year yield down a little over 0.5%. Oil up 0.5%. Natural gas up 3%. All the grains finished red. Euro and the pound both down about 0.33%. Bitcoin up 1.25, back above 112,000. And the VIX down almost 4%, back in the 17 handle at 17.55. As far as my trades today, my BICs are up about 3,400 or so. I actually should only be up about 2,400. I made a little bit of a mistake here on my 1219 tranche. As you can see, both of those were actually put sides. I don't know how that happened. When I turned them on today, I must have clicked on the two put sides instead of one put, one call. Anyway, got lucky, and I ended up, as soon as I noticed that, I just closed them out. So ended up with an extra $1,000 because of that. But so really call it nine tranches. Haven't had any double stops. I've still got one tranche open and unstopped. Day trades, I'll post that when I get done here. I'm red right now. I've still got some calls in SPY and QQQ. I took two Elmos today. One was an exact scratch. Literally got in at 535 and out at 535. Trump started talking and price looked like it was going to break out. It actually did the opposite. Had a big drop, but either way, it was a good exit. And then the other one I hit profit target. My one DTE, I transformed into an upside vertical that looks like this. So if we expire above 67.65 tomorrow, that would hit max profit of $13.50. I've got a minimum profit of $3.50. And then lastly, I've got three tranches of discount double BIC. The last one fired 5 wide, so I turned off the fourth. First couple were 10 wide, so I'm up 470-ish on those as we speak. I've got the 45.50, and then I've got the 40.50 and the 40.50. So 45 would be the ideal pin price for those. That is it for me. Chad, how's your day?
Pretty good day. Wish we had this type of price action every day. Let's see. Put on a TLC trade, and then price broke out of its early consolidation. I took it off for just I definitely rushed it and got in too soon. Probably would have been okay, but it was just about I think a $90 loss or something like that. And then I put on another one later, hit 20.40, and then got stopped on that down move after 40%. My one DTE hit both profit targets, 25 and 40%. I did a short put vertical at lows when that sharp drop happened right at lows. When it started to bounce, I put it on. That hit 50% profit and closed it. Then I have two multi-iron condors on. One I already closed out at 60%. And the other is at 50% right now. Just hit 50%, which is my profit target. But I am going to just reduce that by a couple contracts because those were both 4 lots. And then the only other thing I have is the multi-tranche in my other account. That's just one contract, ride or die to the bell. One's up 55%, one's up 50%. So just need to finish somewhere between, I think 55 and 32, right in there. So up close to 10K again today.
We've got Netflix after the bell. It's been pretty choppy all day. I'll take a look at that here in just a minute. Give me just a second here. Trying to get out of a few spy calls here.
Yeah, typically Dev D I will.
Okay, real quick. As far as biggest movers today, on the plus side, General Motors had earnings, and so did Halliburton, I think. Yeah, both those had earnings. GM up 15%, Halliburton up 12%. Lulu is up almost 6%. Carvana, CRM, Amazon's up almost 3%. On the losing side, OKLO down 13.5%. Get my main chart here. Not sure why Toss is kind of dragging on me. Hang on. OKLO hit that all-time high last week of 193 and change, back down to 137. That thing moves. Some other quantums taking a hit. QBTIS, RGTI, MBIS. CoreWeave is also down 3%. IONQ down almost 3%. All right, so let's take a look at Netflix. I'm going to go bullish. All-time high is up at 1341, currently at 1241. Netflix has an expected move of $83, currently trading at $12.41. So 1323-ish. I'll say 1325. Netflix is a big stock, so I'm only going to be doing a one-lotter. Even that's going to be a little above my typical threshold on these. Try to get filled at 950. Filled at 944. Little price improvement. All right, let's go Netflix. NASDAQ has just been hovering under all-time highs. Part of the reason I'm still holding my calls because I thought it was going to hit yesterday, then I thought it was going to hit right before Trump started speaking, and it keeps teasing the all-time highs. On the futures, 25,394. It's currently at 25,310. Had some interesting action today, and Microsoft kind of weak all day, and then just this afternoon had a big bounce. Google, there's an announcement with OpenAI's browser. Google crashed for about 15 minutes, and then it got it all back, right back to where it dropped. And I'm going to get out of the rest of my SPY here. I hate holding these into power hour anyway. I'll hold my Qs a little bit longer, see if it's going to make a little run by chance.
Seems like yesterday's high.
What's that?
Price seems to like yesterday's high.
Oh, an S&P, yeah. Yeah, we've traded above and below it quite a few times here today. Right before 10 a.m., chopped around it, dipped below it, pushed above it, pushed below it, pushed above it, and below it a bunch of times. All over it. That was the place to sell premium today, apparently.
Yeah, that's when I put my 2 multi-iron condors on. It was right around there.
PLTRs trying to go green a bunch of times, or several times today, couldn't hold. IWM started off super weak, then got super strong all the way up to yesterday's high, then chopped, and now it's just been bleeding. S&P, NASDAQ starting to dip a little bit. Tesla tried to go green for a minute, couldn't hold. Welcome, Abash. Glad to have you. Glad you could make some time in your day for us. S&P hanging around 6740.
I mean, 40 and 45 would be a pin for my no stop, no profit target, take to the bell, multi-iron condors.
$40 butterfly is trading for about $1.40 or so, with a little less than 27 minutes to go. Not a lot scheduled this week. Tomorrow is Wednesday. Nothing. I got one Fed speaker's at the bell, so that doesn't even count. Crude oil inventories, if anybody trades a lot of oil. It's at 9:30 a.m. Central. Thursday, nothing except for existing home sales, 30 minutes after the market opens. A couple Fed speakers. And then Friday, CPI. Pre-market. Looking at the option chain, you can see Thursday it's at 13% implied volatility, then it jumps up to about 15% on Friday for the CPI. So giving a couple extra percentage bump. haven't really come close to the expected moves today. I had the upper one marked at 67.66 and change. The highest we got was 67.52. The lower one marked at a little over 67.06. Got as low as 67.22. So pretty tight range. What is that, 25-ish points? Yeah, 26. Not much range for the last hour and a half. I don't know if I'm going to do my homes here. Might get filled early, but pretty tight range. No, I don't fade Mahomes, Abash. I either go with Mahomes or I do nothing. The anti-Mahomes, that would be like, who's the worst quarterback in the NFL? Cam Ward? You can do the Cam Ward? Geno Smith, there you go. Yeah, that's true. He's definitely thrown the most interceptions. All right, S&P and NASDAQ still dipping a little. Yes, I did, Moel. I posted it above as well as in the trade channel. My discount double BICs are up about 590. .45 pin would be ideal. That and my transformed 1 DTE is all I have on currently. A little less than 20 minutes to the bell. 9.5 minutes till MOC. Got some serious wind going on here today. It's been whistling outside all day. Chad, do you hear whistling at your house? It's 40 degrees this morning when I was outside. .36 in Denver. You guys got any snow yet? Op for dollars he's just quoting temperatures in different cities. He's not really there. Are you saying not? It hasn't snowed in the Denver area? My bad. Well, you give me in Cabo tomorrow? Nice. Business or pleasure? All business, I'm sure. No fun for you, Moel. All right, MOC in a little over 6 minutes. Yeah, the VIX S&P's been kind of, it had a little bit of down move, but VIX is kind of trending higher here the last hour, where the S&P is really more sideways. That's the other thing that had me thinking maybe the NASDAQ was going to make a shot at all-time highs today, is because here, even when the just every little tiny bounce, the VIX was just getting crushed, especially this morning. But now it's going the other way. Jonathan W. and Opt for Dollar in Denver, huh? Your Broncos, they really got me on a Sunday. I bet on the Giants for one, so I lost my bet for their 33 points in the fourth quarter. Disaster. Number two, Chiefs almost had an AFC West sweep on the day. Beating the Raiders, Chargers lost, and the Broncos were about to lose. And they spoiled everything. Crazy comeback. 0 points in the first three quarters, and then 33 points in the fourth quarter. I did place a couple of reverse iron condors on my wagers, on my NFL wagers this weekend. It was like, I can't remember the exact details, but let's say it was on one of the teams. Let's just say the Cardinals. If they scored over 25 points, I would win. If they scored less than 20 points, I would win. I would lose if it fell in the middle. It's basically just a rick, right? Unfortunately, the odds just aren't good enough to do it. It would be like winning $50 but losing $200. So you'd have to win like 80% of them. All right, SPX hanging out at 42. MOC in a little over 2 minutes. Let's turn on my volume. $45 butterfly is trading for almost $2 right now. Yeah, the juice is too wide. Right, we have penny wide spreads. It's like 10% spreads in the NFL. I bet that comes down here in the not too distant future, though. With all the states legalizing sports betting. Thirty seconds. Tiny sell side. What'd you say, Chad? Yeah, I think yesterday was like 110 million or something. Today's 49 million. Initial reaction is moving higher. $45 should be getting filled at $250 or so right now. I'll do a one lot. Trying to get filled at 275. Filled at 275. Bosch, you went with $2? What's wrong with you? You're usually the $3 king. We still have 8 minutes. You're powerless to the robots. Opt for dollars, scalping Mahomes. I like that risk reward on the $2.75 center. Still at 45. Ops for dollar, you're always scalping like 50 cents, 50, 60 cents. That's done good for you? So what if you don't get your 50 cents? What kind of loss do you take? You hold it to the end? Okay, so you'll hold it until you hit it or don't. Got it. That's interesting. All right, pushing above 45. There goes NASDAQ. NASDAQ just might get its all-time high today. It's acting a little bouncy. Back down to 43. Well, NASDAQ dipping now as well. I guess you probably hit that 50 cents, what, 90% of the time, opt for dollar? Make 50 cents, but you'd lose 250. So if you hit it More than 75% of the time you come out ahead, right? Down to 42. Keep her coming. Let's hit a 40. Let's get a 40 print. We got 3 minutes. Right at my break even, which is around 42.75-ish. Tony, is this your first earnings fly? Oh, calendar. My bad. All right, hang around 42. Got 2 minutes. Still loving that previous day high. In the 41s, we got a 40 handle. Getting close. Tony, let me know how that goes. I've never really had much luck doing calendars through earnings. Down below 40. Let's stay below 40, baby. Stay down. Got less than a minute. 39. In the 38s. Oh boy, 37s. Not too low. Not too low now. Calm down. Hey, pause. Ring the bell. Yeah, it's hurting some of my Bics. Oh, just stopped on one of my Bics. Looks like the final's around 67.35.31. All right, well, my Mahomes one lot was a winner, but it hurt my Bics to the tune of about $2,000 on that move. All right, all. That's a wrap for the day. Everybody have a good night. I'll be streaming live in the morning for day trading. Talk to you then. Cheers.